Hey there again, I'm Quiet, and welcome back to another episode of my through hike of the PCT. Okay, good morning, it's day 16, and I got to the water. It's flowing really nice, looks tasty. I'm, completely empty. And I used the last of it to make my morning coffee today, and then like a fucking idiot, I spilled it in my tent. So, yeah. Also had a bit of a scary experience today. Like, cause I turned my phone off at night to save battery after it's charged. So I woke up today and I turned it on, and it was just like I thought it died. There was like just a black screen. Like after I restarted it, it was like I felt it buzz in my pocket, and I turned it on, or tried turning it on, and all that shit. So I was just like, okay, figure this out later. Water first. And I didn't have my GPS or anything, so it was a little scary, like making sure I was going the right way and staying on the trail. Because it was only like a mile away, but like one wrong turn and I could have wound up somewhere in the fucking desert. So finally get here. I thought like I took my battery pack up to it to see if maybe it discharged in the night for some reason. And I got into this like shade next to this big rock here. And just my phone brightness was like all the way down. So it was on, I just couldn't see it out there in the morning sun. Now that today's drama was out of the way with the phone and stuff, last night, it got like well in proper dark. So I was trying to make it to the tent site. I was still about 0.7 miles away from the tent site when I just came across like a open space, so I decided to set up there. It's just getting like really dark, windy, and my headlamp isn't the brightest. So I just had a little moment of panic when I was setting the tent up, like, because once the sun went down, temperature changes in this valley, which is like creating this wind tunnel effect. So like I gotten it about halfway set up when suddenly like a gust of wind came, blew out a couple of stakes, and I just had like this moment of paralyzing panic. I was just like, oh shit, what do I do? Do I try to find a different spot? Just keep going? So I literally said to myself out loud, don't panic, just redo it. So I just calmly grabbed the stakes, pounded them in a little bit better, set it up, and then I just started like throwing my stuff inside. And then like later on in the night, the wind actually almost died down to nothing, so it's pretty calm and quiet. Yeah, it's literally just dirt, rocks. There's a surprising amount of vibrant green though. These guys, so shiny, but oof. Tons of, oh my god, are these bees? Wow. Okay, well, let's not linger here. Oh, this is a pretty good view of the trail up here. I came from there and pretty much just followed it all the way around and up here. And I think I've only gone like maybe a couple of miles, so I have like 4 to get to Mission Creek, I think it's called. Two trail things. I'm thankful for right now. This pack, of course, and this umbrella. I'm really glad I bought it at the last second yesterday. I think I would have had to make my breaks a lot more frequent. Just kind of admiring the view. Still hard to believe I freaking came down from that snow-capped wonderland over there. Yeah, this is probably the longest 4.7 miles I've ever walked. Okay, that was a massive pain coming down from up there, but finally made it to the water. Ow! I was breaking my fucking ankle on these rocks. Oh yeah, it's about noon. I'm thinking I should respect the siesta, find some shade, and kind of rest a couple of hours. Doesn't get much more perfect in this little space, so, and nice, easy access to water. Okay, so just had some lunch, tuna with some gas station packet mayo, and Gatorade, Slim Jim, and kind of a Snickers. It was like semi-liquid to suck it out of the bag. Kind of had to close my eyes when I did it. It wasn't very appetizing, but it tasted good. So, first of many Mission Creek crossings, apparently, over the next 10 miles or so. I just shrieked like a little girl because I thought this like giant rat tail like went across the path, but you know, it was a snake. They say you have to watch out for the ROUSs, but I don't think they exist. Okay, second shriek in 5 minutes. There is a rattlesnake there. So I'm going to walk around. It's like right behind that rock. Oof. Okay, so stopped again to get some water. Looks like I'm heading up that way. The tent site I want to try to get to is about three and a half miles. I was going to try to push it further, but it's already almost 4:30, and it's taken me a really long time. It's not even really just a matter of speed. It's just like crossing all these rivers and getting lost and turned around in the underbrush, so it's kind of slow going. Oh man, so yeah, this is what I'm talking about this underbrush here. It's like, according to these rocks, I have to go this way, so yeah, it's slow going. Okay, so it's only about 6 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm still in this ravine. It's gonna start getting dark pretty quick. And the next campsite is still a few miles away, so yeah, I think this will be home for tonight, and I'm actually really close to the stream, so plenty of water for dinner. None of that other group has caught up to me yet, but you know, I left like an hour and a half before they said they were leaving, and Wawa's group was even further behind that, so unless they do night hiking, which I think would be pretty intense to that area I went through. Couldn't imagine doing that in the dark. Yeah, so maybe they'll catch up to me tonight. Maybe they'll just pass me by, because it's a little bit off trail here. I kind of just walked down to this riverbed and found a place where it looks like people have set up tents before. So it's still about 35 miles to Big Bear, so, yeah, Big Bear, so, I don't know, I don't see myself really doing that tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's going to be split up into 2 days, because it's about 10,000 feet between here and there, so, I'm still planning on getting up early tomorrow, thinking I'll set my alarm for maybe 4:30, and, give myself a little time to get ready and try to start hanging out before like 5:30. So yeah, just kind of ease in the day, have a cup of coffee, change clothes. So I got enough food to last I still have like 3 meals, I think. So I got plenty of food to be out here. So yep, dinner time. Oh, good morning. It's day 16, I think. No, 17. And I just woke up. I slept in a little bit late. I think it's like 5:30, so I'm going to try to hurry up and start packing up and getting the move on. Quick little issue, though. Unfortunately, last night I fell asleep with my phone plugged into my battery bank, and overnight that drained the battery bank, which, it's supposed to. I usually let it charge to full and then unplug it. Yeah, I was just really exhausted last night. So what that means is I only have about 95% on my phone right now to get me through to Big Bear, which I probably won't get to until tomorrow evening at the earliest. So and I don't really want to be out here with a dead phone. So what that means is I probably won't be able to do as much recording and commentary and stuff. I do have an iPhone backup, like an old iPhone 10, but the issue is that doesn't have a mic, and that was one of the reasons why I lost footage from days 8 to 12, because it was raining, so I switched to the iPhone, but yeah, a lot of it was just unusable. So yeah, just something to consider. And if it's like not windy, if it's like still, I could probably use the iPhone for some commentary too. But yeah, so on a typical day on my phone, I'll go through like 60, 70%. So if I want to last to get to Big Bear, I'm gonna have to really not use it and just use it for gut hooks and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna pack up, head out. I'm gonna try to do like 17 or 18 miles today, which is up like 7,000 feet. It's gonna be brutal. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. Okay, so I'm back on my main phone for a second. The iPhone actually ran out of space. It's only 64 gigs. It's a pretty old model, but yeah, the sun is out, as you can see. I'm only a couple of miles from the last video I made, but it is like so quiet. You could hear like a pin drop. Wow, this entire little valley was engulfed in flames at some point. So pretty intense. It's been like hell. So I made it to the water source, last reliable one for quite a while, possibly all the way to Big Bear. Okay, so here's the sitch. It's about noon. I've only done about 8 miles since 6:15 today, which is pretty terrible. Still have from here about 27 and a half miles to go just to get to the highway. In addition, it's about 6,000 feet of ascent, so it's going to be pretty tough. I really need to get to Big Bear by tomorrow for a few reasons. One is, like I said, my phone is life is limited, which is why I've been limiting my footage today. been trying to use it as little as possible, though I still have to reference the GPS here and there for tricky parts. Um, but once the trail is a little bit clearer, I'll probably turn it off for a while. The second thing is my leg. I really need to give it time to heal. I think it's been contributing to slowing me down a bit. The weather actually is, kind of nice. It's the sun. It's definitely not as hot as it was yesterday or the day before. So that's a plus. The third reason, probably the most important, is I'm not feeling well. Might have been some cross contamination with the water or something, but I've had a low grade nausea for most of the day. I mean, thankfully it could be worse. Like at my age, hangovers could be like a 6-hour vomit fest. So this is much better in comparison. It's just it's very light. Usually just hits me like maybe every half hour or so. Very shallow, so I haven't really thrown up any food or that much water. It's mostly mucus. What can I say? Biology is gross. But yeah, so it might get worse before it gets better, and if that's the case, I want to, be in a town. So the plan is I'm gonna rest up here for about an hour, and not take a full siesta. Like I said, it's already noon, so I'm going to just put on as many miles for the day as I can, and then just set up camp, maybe 4, 5, 6, sleep for a few hours, and then just wake up in the middle of the night and just make my way towards Big Bear. So, night hiking, morning hiking. Not sure how long it'll take, but I really hope I can get there at a reasonable hour. So, well, I don't want to jinx it, but I am feeling a little bit better after having a little lunch, and I drank like half a liter. I feel okay, but maybe it's just because I'm resting. Speaking of, yeah, my leg, it's like I just kind of grabbed the front of my shoe and lifted to bend my foot, and there's like a vibrating or a groaning or something going on, like in the shin there. So, yeah, I just need to go somewhere and just lay off of it for a day or so. Okay, so it's about 5:15. Just taking a second to enjoy the view. My shoulder is kind of acting up again, so I've stopped a lot to stretch it. I'm trying to make it to a campsite about 3 miles away. Okay, didn't quite make it to the tent site I was shooting for. At that cabin, it's still like a mile away, but yeah, I just came across this little area right off the trail. So it's already it's like 6:30. So yeah, I'm thinking I should call it a day. I am feeling a little bit better nausea-wise. I haven't really had any episodes since taking a break around noon. I think so. Yeah, I was trying to calculate my time today. It was only about 13 miles, 12 or 13 miles, but I did, climb about 6,000 feet. It did take me like 12 hours, so I was only averaging about 1 mile an hour. So I'm hoping tomorrow will be better, as it's almost exactly about 20.6 miles. Good morning. Day 18. I had to turn off steady shot because it kind of darkens the image, and it's still pretty dim out here. Actually, I got out of camp a lot later than I intended to. I had my phone turned off, like my watch alarm wasn't quite enough to wake me, and so overslept till about 4:30, and then breakfast and coffee. It took longer to pack up camp than usual because it was dark, and then actually my hat, I found out later, was wrapped up inside my tent, so I had to unpack that to get it out. So yep, it's 5:30 right now, and just trying to put on as many miles as possible. Luckily it's pretty cool right now, and yep, just trying to get to Big Bear today. Oh, Jesus, I just came across this freaking full trash can, since apparently people aren't packing out their trash. And also a mailbox with a trail journal that I just signed. So I still have about 60% battery left, which I think I could be a little more liberal with recording some footage today. Probably not as much, but a bit. So far it's been mostly uphill, which actually it's a lot less painful on my leg. It's kind of like straight stretches and downhill where it gets bad, so. Okay, well, 250 miles, which means about 16 and a half miles from the highway. I'm only like 16 miles away, but I only make progress if I move, obviously. So, if you want the reward, you gotta put the work in. Might be a life lesson or something there somewhere. It's on the dirt road for a while, but trail's back. Unfortunately, too late for the beer. Okay, so apparently this is like a private zoo where they train like movie animals or something. Wonder if this is where that bear from Back to the Future 3 lived. So I just came across something a little creepy. It says waste land. It seems to be made out of bone. Wonder if this is what happens to the movie animals after retirement. You know, for cold lentil soup, it's not actually too bad. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to, shower and laundry, of course, but I'm just ordering like cheap generic pizza. Like Domino's or Pizza Hut, mass-made frozen stuff. Some breadsticks. Oh, yeah, do some pineapple and anchovies. That's always good. Sweet and salty. Kind of like me. Okay, so it's almost noon. I've got almost exactly 10 miles to go to the highway. Not sure how easy it'll be to catch a ride. I guess most people just hitch. If I do that, it's going to technically be like my first ever hitchhike, or like I actually stick a thumb out. Most of the time on this trip, just have come across rides when I've needed them, which has been nice. It reminds me of when I was a kid. God, I was in 5th grade, so I guess I was like 10 years old. There's this book I really wanted from the mall in our town. It was, back then I was kind of into like the new age section of the bookstore. like magic, aliens, astral projection, that kind of stuff. So there was this one book on like some psychic power or something I really wanted. So my friend was actually, his parents were giving him a trip up to the mall. And I got permission from my dad, and he said it was fine. So went over to my friend's house to get the ride, but apparently for some reason his parents decided not to go. But see, I really wanted that book. And I remember the mall was like only about 10 miles away, and you just have to like go out of our neighborhood, make a left, and eventually you get there. So I figured I would just walk it. So yeah, that's what I did. It's like it was the holidays, as I recall. Like it was like around December. It's freezing, and I was just wearing like one of those denim jean jackets and like aqua shoes, the type of shoes you wear like in a pool, like just mesh and neoprene. And then what I was thinking. So yeah, it was quite a walk. I seem to recall it probably taking at least like 4 hours just to get there, which I guess I was pretty fast for a little kid. But along the actually getting there was slightly more complicated at the end because I was, as the kid in the backseat of the car, I didn't really pay attention to like interchanges and off ramps and stuff like that. But so when I got there, I would have had to cross like this pretty busy section of highway. I remember asking this guy for directions to the mall, and he just kept looking down at my feet. And afterwards, I realized that one of my toes had like worn a hole through my shoe and was like bleeding. So yeah, just this kid wandering around in the winter with bleeding feet. But so there was this woman there with her children, and I remember I just kind of approached her like, of course, stranger danger, all that shit, but it seemed like a safe bet. She was with her kids, and I just made up a story about meeting my mom at the mall, and she could just give me a lift across the street or whatever. So yeah, but I had to wait. She said sure, but I just had to wait for her to finish her errand. She was having her kids' picture taken with Santa, which is how I remember it was the holidays. So yeah, she gave me a lift, NBD, and I went to the mall. I remember just kind of trudging through there. It's called Springfield Mall. I think it's still around. So yeah, I just went to that bookstore. Finally bought that book I wanted. I turned around and went back to go home. So yeah, it was, I think by then traffic had died down a bit, so it was a little bit easier for me just to cross the highway. And yeah, so I trudged back home. I think it took like another 4 or 5 hours. It was pretty much dark by the time I got home. And yeah, but I had my book. And I remember at school, like, I can't remember if this was a weekend or not, but the next time I went to school, my teacher, she commented that she thought she saw me walking along the road. And I was just like, oh, nope, wasn't me. So yeah, that was the first time I ever got a ride with a stranger. Yeah, I don't have that book anymore, but the author actually put them all for free on his webpage. I actually did download it recently. I mean, the guy's a complete kook. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I'm a very kind of like a scientific, logical person, but I also kind of have this dual nature of paranormal beliefs and stuff, which I guess makes sense. I'm an Aquarius, even though astrology is BS. Looks like the road has become a bit of a creek at this point. Well, it's almost 2 p.m. Haven't seen anybody else on the trail today yet. I must be the only schmuck still on this mountain instead of living it up in Big Bear. I'm estimating, hopefully, I should get there maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. Oh God. I'm going one step at a time. So I used up my aspirin allotment for the morning / afternoon, especially if I want to have a drink or two tonight, which I do. Yep, I just got reception for a second, and Wawa texted me. They just got there, so I am the only schmuck up here. They must have passed me that one night I set up camp a little bit early. So I'm still about, I think 3 hours from the highway. I think I'm actually going a little faster than I thought, so hopefully 4:45-ish. And like, I have no idea how long it'd take to get a hitch. I think they're actually staying in Big Bear while I'm staying in Big Bear Lake, which are kind of next to each other, but not that close without a car. So I don't know, maybe there's a bus or Uber or something I can go maybe see them tomorrow. Work that out later. My plan is just to get to my lodging. So I secured one when I got reception, and order a pizza and take a shower. And I'll figure out like the laundry situation tomorrow or something. Okay. Just took a quick 5-minute break. Only 3 miles to go. About less than 1,000 feet, so not too bad. Yeah, since my first video got a bit more, it's been getting a bit more traction. A lot of the comments are about the mask. I mean, I listed my reasons earlier. You know, it's a UV buff, so helps with the desert sun. A lot of sand blowing. I mean, I'm wearing gloves too, but no one's telling me to take them off. And yeah, like I said, there's like, you know, autistic reasons too. And also, you know, the mask isn't welded to my face. Like, it's not some Dumas novel. It's like people don't consider that when no one's around and the camera's not on. Sometimes I do take it off. So yeah, I'm gonna hike my own hike, do my own thing, like I have most of my life. It's had its ups and downs, but it's been quite a ride. Okay, just taking a final break. Oof. Ouch. Before the final push down to the highway, just polishing off the last of the water. Pack's pretty light, almost no water, no food, so yeah, it's I guess as the aspirin's worn off, the leg it's getting a little more painful, especially on these downhill bits. It's just like kind of a shock that goes up through my leg here, and like just bending my foot, like not even moving my foot, but like moving my foot with my hand, just like oof. Yeah, so something in there is busted. Wish I still had that Tiger Balm. It's kind of like Asian icy hot. So yeah, I might pick up something like that while I'm in town. Wrap it, ice it, elevate it, all that stuff. Alcohol will probably help, or not, but it'll feel like it helps. So I think this may be it. Okay. My God. 21-mile day. I actually got here 20 minutes before I thought I would, with this messed up leg. So I guess now it's time to see how easy this whole hitching thing is. Morning. It is the next day. Right after I shot the last clip, there's a couple of trail angels waiting at the trailhead. Diamond Dave and Lighthouse offered some beers, sat and chatted for a while. Apparently, they had a hiker friend who also got a shin splint coming off of Fuller Ridge, same place I got mine, but he messed up both legs, so I guess I got lucky in that regard. So yeah, I have a kind of a makeshift wrap. I don't have any KT tape. I should probably pick some up. But yeah, so it kind of worked out again while I was waiting. A couple from the trail, the Green Goblins, they were getting a ride into town, and I got in on it with them, so didn't have to hitch again. Gonna take probably a 00 here, try to rest up my leg. Trying to keep it low key, stay off of it. I'm gonna go get breakfast, but the wrap and the trekking pole helps. So yeah, I guess I'll wrap up this this video here, and yeah, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.